Hi, I'm Josh Whale. I'm the CEO of Ampersand. Yeah, so we're an electric mobility energy company. We're based in Rwanda and Kenya. We currently have 1,100 electric motorbikes on the road, which we serve from a network of battery swapping stations. E-mobility has a huge role to play for countries like Kenya. Firstly, energy security is a huge benefit. We're replacing imported fuel from sometimes volatile parts of the world, where supply can be an issue, as well as price. Price fluctuates a lot. Replacing that with domestically produced electricity. Here we've got effectively Saudi Arabia in our backyard, and not only is the energy here, but it's also renewable as well. So both sustainable energy for all and sustainable mobility are SDGs, as many of us know. And it's also about a just transition. So it's access to affordable and renewable clean energy. By default right now, for the foreseeable future, that specifically means access to affordable electric vehicles that are powered by renewable energy, either directly with behind-the-fence PPAs, or from the grid as well. There's also a huge value add for green jobs in an economy like Kenya's. We find also that using human beings to run battery swaps, unlike some models, is actually more cost effective than the self-swapping systems that have evolved in Asia. So we really can just use humans because they do it better and cheaper than robots. There's also a lot of further up the value chain, a lot of value that we've created. We employ already 235 people in Rwanda and Kenya. A lot of those staff are building motorcycles. They're building actual battery packs on the ground here, and not just doing the construction, but actually the R&D as well. So overall, the new Kenyan government has moved very far and very fast on promoting electric vehicles. Creating a special EV tariff is a really excellent first step, but for now, there's not really any difference in energy cost, especially for two-wheelers. Now, that's not EPRA's fault at all. They've done what they can within their mandate. They can't subsidize the cost of electricity. And the truth is the cost of electricity in Kenya is simply very high. The next step is for central government and multilateral funders to decide whether or not to subsidize that cost of electricity, at least in the early days, while the volume of electricity is quite low, but setting a tariff at a level that really incentivizes investment in the sector. The cost of electricity, after the cost of fuel, really the cost of electricity is the number one lever, and it's the one where governments have the most influence, unless you're subsidizing fuel, like Nigeria has just stopped doing. So that cost of electricity makes a massive difference for businesses like ours. That's followed by whether or not VAT is charged on battery swaps, and then after that comes import duties, excise taxes, which the government in Kenya has also moved on very quickly, as well as the VAT I just mentioned. But because of the way that the EV tariff works, it also focuses on relatively low demand users. There's a cap of 15,000 kilowatt hours a month, above which the EV tariff no longer applies. In the end, though, the next tariff that we default to costs about the same as the commercial tariff. And so for our model, where we centralize battery charging at battery swapping stations, we very quickly surpass those thresholds. And so it ends up being a levelized cost of energy of around about 22 cents a kilowatt hour. Where the EV tariff really makes a bigger difference is for four-wheelers. So typically with a motorcycle, it's pretty hard to reach a cost per kilometer that's lower than fuel and have a battery pack that will carry you through the whole day. There's just not enough space on a motorcycle. But for a car, typically what you're getting off the shelf can get you through most of the day or the whole day. Same goes for buses. And so for electric cars and buses, even commercial use cars, vans, delivery vans, there they can benefit from an overnight, cheaper off-peak tariff that is also part of the EV tariff package here. I think firstly, just keep doing what it's doing. So eliminating VAT on EV batteries, on all various classes of electric vehicles, removing VAT on the actual charging and swap side of the business. The energy provision side of the business is great. Recently announced by President Ruto, removing import duties as well. There are also initiatives already underway to improve access to affordable loans for vehicle buyers. We actually have great partners in Kenya, like Watu and Copa and Mogo, that already provide loans for drivers to buy electric vehicles, but their cost of capital, because of currency, has gone up. It's been not so easy lately for them to provide cheap capital. So certainly anything the government can do to support that is very helpful. What we're seeing also already is that there is a rush of businesses entering the space because of these incentives that are already underway and anticipating cheaper electricity as well. So what's important is to, I think, ensure a level playing field for all the companies, while also ensuring quality for electric motorcycles. It's important in maintaining trust that we don't have low quality product kind of rushing in to the market from companies that maybe don't have the right level of experience, technical ability, and expertise. And that's navigating that and not skewing the market, not discouraging companies, not making too much of a technical hurdle, especially for companies to come in the early days, while also maintaining quality and ultimately also critically public safety. That's going to be a key piece of work for the government, we think, for the next 12 months.